my family and loved ones. They raised me up. I needed money to be able to get my transplant. I needed money to be able to get my post-transplant medications. I didn't have it. I didn't have papers, so I rest on the shoulders of so many people who poured into me, who poured love into me, and money was raised, and I was able to get my transplant. And for me, I dedicated myself and said, if I can make a change for just one person.
My name is Ivan Yenkia. I'm the founder of Iwing Marketplace. And on
Mhm.
Iwing Marketplace, you can search for products and services, that is authentic products and services in the African, Caribbean, and African American community in the US and all over. So as an additional product of Iwing Marketplace, we do chat with entrepreneurs who are doing amazing stuff. And Ia is one of those entrepreneurs, a social entrepreneur that is just doing fabulous stuff. And
Thank
this is
you.
you're welcome. This is the Kidney Month, and we're celebrating with so many different activities. So here, there will be people that will watch this for the first time. Can you please introduce yourself?
Sure. So my name is Bekondo. I'm a kidney advocate. I've been doing so for a long time, for at least 15 years. I'm also a kidney warrior. I've been dealing with kidney disease for about 32 years with chronic kidney disease. So I think I have a little bit of knowledge, talking about this, about my experience. And also, our nonprofit has been around for about actually 10 years. This year it's going to be 10 years.
Wow,
So
that's
interesting, right?
amazing. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so that's why we're going all out. We have a soccer tournament coming up. I'm sure we'll talk about that later. So Ivan here invited us to share a little bit about how we go about doing this. So I'm honored to be here. On the side, besides nonprofit management and carrying out this promoting, kidney work, I also am a lecturer. I teach research and tech. I'm also a business consultant. We won't go into all of that, but if you're interested, you can always PM me, and I'll be more than glad to tell you a little bit more of who I am. Yeah, but I'm here as a kidney girl. I'm talking to Ivan as that kidney girl.
Right,
Yeah.
right. This is amazing, and not just a kidney girl. You have a
Mhm.
very valuable information with you. Having run an organization for 10 years or more, and
Mhm.
our goal is not only to be at the forefront, but to pull others so that we can all level up. And that's
That's
just
true.
what we are about to do. You're going to be sharing with us some insights of how you've successfully managed this organization for 10 years so other people can benefit from it. Thanks so much
Absolutely.
for accepting to do that. So, but before we start, there are some young graduates and people coming out, from school that may want to venture into an NGO, that's a non-profit organization, but they don't usually know what it's all about. So can you just give us like a concise definition of a non-profit and the functions?
Wow. If you want to run your own non-profit organization, the first thing that would have to drive you is passion. You have to really love what you do. You have to believe what you do. That would be your main drive. Running a non-profit is not easy, especially when you are at the forefront, especially when you are the owner. It's different when, you're getting hired. Like, let me say my staff now, it's different from them. But if you are that vision bearer, it's going to be very, very challenging because there's not all funding is the key thing. Every time you talk about nonprofits, it's funding. Just like with any business, it's funding. It's not, you have to have people who believe in your vision, who believe in your passion, who believe in that change that you're trying to make. A lot of times, nonprofits are working to either correct a certain ill in society or bring about change. It could be, some kind of positive social disruption that they want to fix in society, So a lot of times, not everybody would see that vision right away. You have to present it in some to people and make it in such a way that they understand. Is it always easy to do that? It's not always easy
No.
because, like, most of the time, I'll say this in pidgin: if something ever hits you or bites you, you need to know how it feel. So even as much as we talk about, say, kidney health and stuff like that, most of the people that support me are people who have been impacted by kidney disease one way or the other. A lot of times. So it's hard for people to actually relate who have not been impacted either by somebody who is close to them or around them, or just something in general, you know, that is life changing.
That,
So
that's that's totally true, right?
yes.
I want to interject a little. I love that point that you've made, that it has to be something that you've gone through
Hmm.
and then you've learned about it and develop passion for it, so
Yeah.
that can now push you to go out and do like what you're doing. I mean,
You
for my
have.
case, yeah, for
Hmm.
my case, we grew up in an environment where my parents were doing small businesses, and my aunts, everybody in the family was a small business owner.
Owner.
And we were able to go to school from all those small businesses that they were running. And
Running.
I saw how that changed life. So like
Hmm.
one of my passion and one of my drive is always to support people to start from somewhere, no
Hmm.
matter the kind of business that they are starting, even if it's a small catering. Because
Right.
as year goes by, you develop the knowledge that will now be able for you to grow and do bigger things.
Yes.
So, but I clearly see you have drive and passion for what you're
For
doing.
what
But
you do.
what really motivated you? Because a lot of time people go through stuff and then they just, don't want to talk about it. But you are different. Why?
Yeah. So let me just complete my thought from the other question.
Also,
Yeah.
please.
So when you have that passion, because it can get really challenging, your passion will see you through. The
Mhm.
love of what you do and the desire to make that change is what is going to see you through. Now, to your next question, Ivan, what motivates me, to come back and, to look back? I think it's love, and um, the love that I've had from mankind, from humanity. A lot of people stood by me. I rest on the shoulders of so many people. You get, you know,
Mhm.
in my case, my community stood by me, my church stood by me, my school, my college at the time stood by me, fellow students, professors, my pastors, my family and loved ones. They raised me up. I needed money to be able to get my transplant. I needed money to be able to get my post-transplant medications. I didn't have it. I didn't have papers. So I rest on the shoulders of so many people who poured into me, who poured love into me, and money was raised, and I was able to get my transplant. And for me, I dedicated myself and said, if I can make a change for just one person. I still remember the time vividly when I became intentional and said to myself, I have to make it better for somebody else, you know. And I also realized that, you know, from the culture that we are raised from, where we come from, there was a lot of stories going on. Oh, yeah, this, yeah, that, yeah, get Nadi kind sick, the maybe Nadi person witchy, all this talk. Can you imagine? She's sick, she wants to take a kidney from her mother, this, that, she's already dying. Why should they? So I knew there was a lot of misconceptions, a lot of talk. I knew that, what, I'm going to take that responsibility and educate my community and teach my community. It was a learning experience for all of us, for so many of us, for
Wow.
me, for my family. And I knew I had to, spread the light a little bit more, in our community. And that is my driving force. So I think it's love and the desire for change, to make it better, for the next person. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow, it's amazing what you're doing. I mean, you're not only operating in the US, I see you're operating in Cameroon and you're extending your help to other countries, if I'm not mistaken. But tell us, how have you been able to do all of this, operate in the US, in Cameroon at the same time? You have a full-time job. Are you a superhuman or what?
No, no. Certain things suffer, as you might know, as a result, you know. But it's not easy. I'll tell you that. It's not easy. When we started, it was a very small team, but we've had some help. We have staff on the ground now in Cameroon, and collaboration with other organizations also makes it a little bit easier to extend and expand, you know and structure. When you start to develop, you realize that after doing this for a while, you start to develop structure, or your organizational structure and policies and things that you can do and implement, and that carries you on, over time. So that has been, we have evolved, from when we started. We have evolved, and slowly we have found our own niche. Like when we started, there were a lot of things that we did here, but we started going back home and realized that, what, our impact reaches further in Africa than here. So we will try to reach out more a little bit over there and reach out to the people who need our services and our support the most. So we started establishing structures in Cameroon. We realized that, patients, the auxiliary services that patients need, not just the dialysis itself, but how to live well with kidney disease, with kidney failure. So we started developing um, nutrition plans in Cameroon, therapies in Cameroon, counseling, patients. We realized that patients don't get their routine labs. We started a discounted, a service where we provide extremely discounted lab tests, no, I'm sorry, we provide lab testing, at a very discounted rate. So we started to do that. We see where the need is, and then we touch it. We started with nutrition, a food security program, because we saw that patients were all struggling just to pay for their treatment, pay for all these things. Maybe we can help them so that they can live well, so that they can live well, So we introduced the food security program, So we evolve along the way. We didn't just start up right away and saying that, oh, this is what we're going to do and stuff. As we go on, as the need arises, we tackle it, we take care of it, So that's what we've been doing. Another thing is funding. Funding is tricky. I know you would like to know about that.
Sure,
For somebody
yeah.
like us, I know a lot of has been out of pocket, but we have a lot of support from the public, people like you who have attended our events, and supported us in one way or the other, and we have small grants here and there. We're still working on being able to land a big grant, that would support us, but that's what we've been doing. We have some dedicated
That's
and loyal
amazing.
patrons. Yeah. Yeah.
That's amazing. I really say kudos. You're doing a fabulous job, and one will do it for us, and we have to do it through means like this, through NGOs that are serious, like what you're doing. And I see that you have a good number of activities coming up for the Kidney Month, the Green Campaign. Can you tell us more about those activities that will be going on this month?
Yes. So we actually have a series right now. We're doing a green campaign. We have screenings on the ground, So on the 11th, we have a walk and talk in Boya from 7 a.m. at Bongo Square, And then on that same 11th, we are asking everybody to come online to wear green, post a picture, and tag us, just to help spread awareness, You know, you can take a picture with you drinking water. We've been talking about water today. We also have a lot of screenings on the ground. I'll post them. We have a screening in Douala coming up. We have a screening in Boya. You know, in Boya, it's from 11th, 12th, and 13th. Douala is from the 20th and the 21st. Um, Yaoundé, it's on the 13th and the 14th. And then we have a soccer tournament in Limbe from the 21st to the 28th, alongside screening. So there's going to be screenings in Limbe from the 21st to the 28th. All those dates is going to be in community field. And this charity soccer tournament is a way of bringing the community together, you know, and also, you know, spreading awareness, making them aware of their kidney health. You know, so it's a great idea because it brings the love of the people, what the people love the most. You know, people like soccer, so we decided that we're going to challenge them with the soccer tournament and at the same time remind them of their kidney health. You know, so we merged two loves, you know, together to make this event. And that for us would be something that commemorates our 10-year anniversary as well. So I'm very excited about that. Yeah, so
Oh,
we look
that's
forward to
nice.
that.
Would there be some dance? Would there be some soccer?
I have to talk to my boss. You know, we're working with Jalakwan Sports Academy. You know, we reached out to them to help us facilitate this program on the ground. So I have to. He's my boss right now. So I'm gonna talk to him if there's going to be some soccer. You know.
That's nice. So
Yeah.
before we go, this is a moment where you have to give the best tips, you know, for running a successful NGO, just like you're doing for all those out there that want to start up their own NGO.
I would say you want to be committed. I already talked about passion. You want to be passionate about what you do. You want to be committed and structured. You want to be organized and have some structure to all that you do. You know, a lot of us, when we, especially with nonprofits, when we start, it's again it comes out of passion, but with passion, you have to put it together with your business strategy. Okay. Even in nonprofit, you want to strategize. You want to know the kind of who is your target audience. You want to know where you're possibly going to be getting funding from, who you're going to be reporting to, you know. So you want to develop that. So make a business plan of your own, create that, you know, and go from there. And you also want to, I would say reporting is key, especially in something like nonprofit. And I say this to say, for some of us who depend on the public for donors and stuff, you want to be able to always report and give back, you know, information because these people are investing in you for the impact that you want to share. So you want to always inform them, you know, so communicate, you know, inform them of the impact that you're creating because of their donations and support, you know, and stay optimistic. You're going to have challenging times, you know, but stay the course. You know, it often gets better. You get the experience out of it, you know, and you continue to get better. Choose the right team, you know, choose people who know what they're doing, you know, who believe in your vision and invest in them as well. You might have to train them a little bit. You might have to go out of your way to make them see your vision. Yes, so you would have to invest in your team a little bit more as well. You know, so that's what I would like to say to anybody who is coming on. Yeah.
Wow, that's some wonderful sound tips you've just shared with us. And I see the name just disappeared, but people taking notes, that's wonderful. That's why we love what we do because we know we're creating good impact, you know. Well, thank you so much for sharing this vital information. Continue to inspire us.
Thank
We are
you.
also very happy to support, as you know, Iwing Marketplace is one of the sponsors.
Yes. Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yes. Thank you.
So,
I couldn't appreciate you more for coming on board this. I mean, you put your money where your mouth is. Thank you.
we're always happy to help, and you're doing an amazing stuff. You know, Iwing Marketplace, we are not only about business, we support health initiative. We support initiative that brings people together. So keep doing what you're doing. And everyone out there in Douala, Limbe, take advantage of all this that IA Foundation is offering. I know a lot of time I've seen that happen, you know, when there are free activities going on, be it education or health. A lot of us, people of color, Cameroonians, Africans, we usually don't like to take part. In New York, where we give free lectures for, you know, how to start up business, how to improve your communication, most of the students I had were Latinos.
Wow.
Just about one African student, and we make sure we reach out to the community. So we have to do better. Please go out there, whoever is watching, share this video to your friends, relatives, so that they can go out there and take part in this initiative. They will learn a lot from it. Thank you so much, Ia.
And I just want to say, you know, March is the 1 month that we do all our screenings for free. Usually when we go out there and screen, it's usually at a discounted rate of 1,000, which is like $2, you know, but in March, we're giving it all for free. And when I talked about the screenings, and when I talked about having the right team, I have been blessed with somebody who is watching right now, Miss Wella Langwe. I always sing her praises. She's right there. You know, she's my legal counsel at the IA Foundation. She does a lot of stuff for us. She's a board member. And, you know, I thank you, Welle. And, you know, yeah. So you want to get the right team and the right people on your corner, you know, just to go back. And I just wanted to say, you know, yeah, thank you. Thank you, Ivan. And yeah, share, guys, so
thank
more
you.
people can reach